23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Check the outs, check the outs, check the outs.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, we heavy on the edge.
5-9.
You go tight. You got tight.
Hey, dude.
Here's Wentz to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Davidson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Here we go. Back man. Waiting.
56. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Hey, kill.
56 to Mike. 56.
Now a play fake here on first down. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
At the 42-yard line.
That's trash. Mike 56, Mike 56.
We ain't giving up nothing today. Hey, kill.
Mike 56. Mike's 56.
Hey, Alpha.
56.
What's that?
Working from the gun. Wentz. And it's incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. And it's third down. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
Mike 56, Mike 56. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. He good. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Forward, Tokyo.
Tighten up.
Now Wentz on third down. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. Pass. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at the 3. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Safety creep. Pick the edge, pick the edge. Come. No. Off. Kill.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
180! Hey, stop!
Here we go.
Shift! Blitz 5-7.
From the gun on third down, Wentz. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. That's the first catch of the game for Goodwin. It's a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team, because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
56 to Mike. 56 is it.
Red 5-2, on here.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
Hey, Charlie.
56. Mike. 56.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Goodwin able to haul it in. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
49 to Mike. Watch 49. Watch
Move.
Mike's 49. Mike's 49. I'm on. 49, guys. Mike, 49.
Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. Everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. The bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's throwing them in the offensive backfield.
Hey, wahoo!
Bandit.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. 21 yards there on third down.
It's a gain of 21 yards. That's good for an Eagles first down.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Throwing on first is Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go, here we go. 180!
56. Here we go, here we go. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist. Twist, twist. Shift, shift. Check 43. 6 guys. Check.
Shift. Hey, 57, 57.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Wait, touch.
On first down, Sanders. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
The Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Man up, man up.
46 down, man. 5-4.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56.
Hey, exit.
Woo-hoo. Mike, 56. Mike, 56. You can't block me. You can't.
Shift.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Oh, here we go. Oh.
To throw, it's Wentz. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Down. 30 base.
Here we go. Here we go.
Five.
Now a handoff here to his running back. They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 3-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Shift. Watch the shift.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Now they try the right side here. They find some open field here. Down the numbers. There he goes. He's at the 40, 20, 10. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. 97 yards. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. And that's only the 3rd time in NFL history we've had a run of exactly 97 yards into the end zone. So we're witnessing a little bit of history right there, partner.
And what makes it that much more impressive for me is that if you're on defense, you're expecting them to run the ball. They're on their own 3-yard line. Not many people risking throwing it, so you expect them to do exactly what they did, yet it still breaks for 97 yards. That's a long way.
And some quick research. The other 2, 2014 Lamar Miller. The other guys.
I know the other one.
Okay.
That was 1939. Andy Urim. I was there. Oh, no, I wasn't.
You weren't there. You were almost there. You were a baby at that point. Yeah, 1939. Wow. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run with Sanders. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
You're not ready. You're not ready. Slam, slam, slam.
Shift.
Keep going, boys, moving.
Box 7.
Check 55 to Mike.
Wentz. His throw incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up third down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously, one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
55, Mike 55. Let's go, defense.
On play action, Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Danielle Hunter able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead.
Take over first and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
Ready?
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it's third down.
Go!
Operating from the gun. Caps. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Ready.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Hey, box truck.
56, Mike 56. Let's go.
Back to throw. Caps. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because they had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end, and he'll go down at the 28. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Bravo!
From the gun on third down. Caps. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
First down, Cowboys.
We go! Head over.
56. Man, I got you.
Hey, high 7.
56, Mike 56. Hey, let's get this, get this. Mike 56.
Fair.
It's our field.
Yep.
It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Switch.
Hit it.
On first down, Caps. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. So second and long, you got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
You draw corker. Shoot.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
You gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this? Look, squeeze. Go out. Crunch.
To throw on third down. Caps. That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
After the sack on first down, Wentz going to throw right side here, complete. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. And the Cowboys here on third down bringing in an extra defensive back.
Hey, Phil. Hey, Ford, Tokyo.
57's a Mike. 57's a Mike. Watch the out.
Hey, bunch. SOS. 81.
Now Wentz. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, 74.
4 down.
Hey, orbit.
Mike 57.
Shift.
Who that? 57's the Mike. Watch 57. Here we go. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. I got you.
Shift.
I got you. You're all mine, baby. You're all mine. 57.
Play action. Now Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It's a loss of 4 on what ought to be the final act of this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready, set.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
X3, 218, chopper.
Whip. Watch the whip. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Ready?
Set, go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
Come on, set. 50, plant. Greystone, travel.
Check 59.
Go.
59. And we got to get to the ball.
Leo.
Convert.
Hey, lock it.
Check three. Spot.
On 3rd down, Caps. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get that
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Throwing on 1st down. Caps. Throw left side complete. That's Lions. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
You ain't going nowhere.
Ready.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down.
General West.
Looking to throw. Caps. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you... And got his man complete. Bird shrugs him aside. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play there for Philly. 67 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Check 9.
Now a play fake. Wentz. They'll roll him out right. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Least 5-2.
Check 99.
Lion.
Rush in.
Here.
Motion to the backfield. Mike's 56. Brilliant. 56 to Mike.
Throwing his Wentz. Man open, it's Goodwin. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Let's go.
The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Mike, 56, right there.
They'll run with Sanders. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Check.
Bunch.
Now Wentz. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. J.J. Arthega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Least 5-7.
56 to Mike. 56 is to Mike.
Hey, Echo.
Championships, baby.
Throwing now is Wentz. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
That's it, baby.
From 8 yards out. And the Eagles get a score closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some 1st downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now a handoff looking right. It's a 6-yard run, leaves them with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. On 1st and 10, Caps. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lions. A big play here for Dallas. 52 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
On first down, Caps. This will be caught at about the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. From 10 yards out, and the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Wentz now to throw. It's caught by Sanders. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards and a first down for Philly. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Wentz now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55.
Now Wentz. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
5-9, 5-9.
56, Mike.
Hey, Haywood.
Let's go. We got this. Mike 56.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Xavier Woods with a pick. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Go! 15-1. 15-1.
Check 3. Check
And up.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Escaping the pressure right. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Marquise Blair, 2nd-round pick from Utah, there to bat it away. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
56 to Mike. 56 is the Mike. Switch. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Got it.
Throwing again. Caps. Forced out to his left. And he's got it. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Watch it.
Ready?
Back to throw. Caps. And it's caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line.
Leads to second and goal at the 1-yard line.
Kill. Turn up now.
He'll try to run this one in. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score.
Good job.
A great play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive? And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at about the 31. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Intended that time for Cooper.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Hey.
Kill.
Throwing on first down. Caps. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 9. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Watch the smoke. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. What we got? Right there. 54. Right there.
On 4th down. Caps. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Eagles defense able to hold. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Switch gears. Shoot.
Man 5-7.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Another try after the first down sack. Wentz, Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Gotta do better.
To throw is Wentz. He's got the connection to Cooper. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
At their own 36-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the start.
That he's into the clear. The 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
42, Eagles 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
To throw again on second down. Wentz. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
He's going to let it fly. And, my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. Cooper was the intended target. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. And I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we made one more play, could have had our shutout.
Check pass, check pass.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking deep downfield. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Ready, 60 outlaw.
Coming to you, coming to you.
Go, go.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is
Yeah.
Mike to 59. Silver, Silver. Mike.
Shit.
On 3rd and 2, Caps. And the throw there going to be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Ready.
On 4th down, Caps. And it is incomplete. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Eagles defense able to hold. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Here we go. Kill.
49 to Mike. Let's go. Let's get this.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. That one goes for 24 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
It's caught. Cooper. Oh, what a juke into space. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Now Wentz going to lead the Eagles up to go for 2.
Squeeze, double. 49. 49 to Mike. Check tight.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken short. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this ball game. So we had action to the very end of this one, the score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know some coaches preach that and tell their